Hello friends, today I am here to present my clinical case on the occasion of clinical case presentation competition. So let's begin. A 22-year-old male patient was brought to emergency department of hospital with the chief complaints of unconsciousness, 3 cm deep laceration and also contusion over right temporal region. History. Road witness told us that a brick fell off scaffold and struck him in head. Patient became unconscious immediately after accident and regained consciousness after 10 minutes. On performing general examination, it was found that there was a normal air exchange, blood pressure and pulse rate was also normal, which will help us to rule out the condition of medullary completion. Patient was unconscious and not respond to voice command, but respond to painful stimuli, which will help us to rule out the condition of coma. Right pupil was dilated and sluggishly reactive to light. However, the left pupil was normal and showed normal response to light. Truncal region and extremities shows movement within normal range of mobility. Also, there was no battle sign and no bleeding from nose, ear and mouth. So we can rule out the condition like the fracture of base of skull. On performing spatial investigation like CT scan, there was a lentiform opacity, that is hyperdensity, and also there was a midline shift. In this condition, we found the hematoma present outside dura, so we call that as extradural hematoma, also called as EDH. Differential diagnosis. Initially, we were thinking that it may be damage to base of skull or damage to brain, or it may be the situation of hematoma. But from whatever the test we have performed, we came to diagnosis of EDH, that is extradural hematoma. Treatment. There may be the two types of treatment, surgical treatment and non-surgical palliative treatment. Non-surgical palliative treatment include maintenance of airways and circulation, and also we should give seizure prophylaxis in order to avoid attack of seizures. However, the surgical treatment includes craniotomy, then evacuation of that particular area, or we can perform the burr hole evacuation, also called as definition. Discussion. In such type of injury due to heavy blunt force on head, there may be possibility of rupture of vessel in extradural space like middle meningeal artery, which leads to increase in blood collection in extradural space, and dura mater slowly stripped off skull. So the condition which arises due to this called as extradural hematoma, that is EDH. As a result of this, there is increase in intracranial pressure and medial aspect of temporal lobe herniates through temporal hiatus and compresses the midbrain. So due to this compression, there may be the damage to reticular activating system, which leads to deterioration of level of consciousness. Due to all these things, the patient may fall into state of unconsciousness. Sometimes it may lead to the condition of coma. As we have discussed, that patient initially after accident fall into state of confusion, and after that it may pass into state of lucid interval and patient again become unconscious. So question arises that why the patient fall into state of lucid interval. So let's try to find out the answer of question. Initially, due to the extradural hematoma, there was increase in intracranial pressure, but such a type of the condition can be avoided by our body by one mechanism. We call it as compensatory mechanism. So as a result of increasing extradural pressure, this can be managed by shifting of the cerebrospinal fluid from brain into spinal canal. As a result of this, the body manage increase in intracranial pressure to the normal level. But there is certain limits beyond which the compensatory mechanism cannot work. That's why there may be the level of lucid interval After that, the patient again fall into state of unconsciousness. Now, another question arises, why there is ipsilateral dilatation of pupil? So let's try to find the answer of this question. As a result of increased intracranial pressure, the medial aspect of temporal lobe compresses third nerve, that is oculomotor nerve, which causes irritation of oculomotor nerve, which result into the constriction of pupil. As a result of increased compression, the oculomotor nerve paralyzed. As a result of paralysis, there is the situation we encounter in the examination, that is dilatation of pupil. So let us try to discuss the worst condition which may be possible due to increased intracranial pressure. As a result of increased intracranial pressure, it compresses the cerebral cortex. As a result of compression, there may be damage to cranial nerves, and which may lead to contralateral hemiplegia. Sometimes, such a type of condition may lead to bilateral paralysis of our body because of opposite side of crust of brainstem may get pressed against opposite rim of tentorium. As a result of this, we encounter situation that we have earlier discussed, that is bilateral paralysis.
And finally, thanks for watching. Like and share this video and subscribe to my channel.